The morning loop begins the unexpected benefits of daily accountability partners. This morning on Mornings and Alive with Keith and Friends. Today we're talking about some of the essential habits of full-time content creators. We're going to get into the accountability check-in. We got AJ Zeglin joining us from Mindfield later on in the hour. We're going to talk about men who are valuing romantic relationships more. Scientists theorize that we may be living 52 million lives in the current simulation. New research, guys, shows how long, hard, and often you need to stretch to improve your flexibility. That's the big show here today.
It was a military helicopter that crashed into like a commercial flight, American Airlines coming from Wichita, Kansas. And it just, you can see the explosion. So I'm pretty sure there's zero survivors, more than likely. So.
Yeah, there's no survivors, Marty.
Imagine going up to pick up your family member from the airport and that happens.
There's a link between poor sleep and liver health. Ears up, boys. What every man needs to know. Research shows a direct connection between poor sleep and Johnny, fatty liver disease, a condition affecting 25% of the world's population and expected to rise to 55% by 2040. You're getting double tagged, eh? Because you're not only killing your liver with the alcohol, but your sleep quality is shitty. You're waking up and you're not getting any benefits from it. Fix your sleep to protect your liver.
So when your sleep is poor and for extended periods of time, the life expectancy goes down.
Stick to your sleep schedule. Create a sleep optimized environment. You've heard Johnny say it many times. Get rid of the phone, put it into another room. When the alarm goes off, get up and go get it in the other room. Watch your diet before bed.
You're going to be farting up a storm. Then she'll throw it at my face to the point where I can't. Now it's about her.
If you like cheese, gentlemen, one of the things you might want to consider is having cheese at night before you go to sleep so your body can digest it while you're sleeping. You are one decision away from a better life. Rob Jolly's one decision, just one. Not two, not three, one. Walk towards the fear. Business Athlete Nation, do that one thing. From the host of Mornings and Alive with Keith and Friends, the only morning show to help you guys get your ass out of bed and achieve those big, hairy, audacious goals. The BHAG. Chevy Chase. Oh, I love Chevy Chase, man. He's one of my heroes. He definitely is a little bit of the emphasis behind the humor of old Uncle Keith over here. If anybody knows Chevy Chase and Will Ferrell and some of that old vintage humor Rob Jolly's, I think you might get a sense of where I'm coming from. I'm telling you, Rob, one of the greatest things you can do is we got some merch coming out with John Anderson's face. They're called egg stickers. You put them in your fridge and you have his smiling mug just encouraging you to eat that egg.
Take what you learn, implement it in your life and lifestyle. And let's keep working. That's the fitness tip for today.
You hire him to get started, but he's not around forever. But what Marty does for you is he becomes that accountability partner to help you achieve those goals.
You got somebody looking over your shoulder. Our instinct is to get real quiet when we're trying to achieve a goal. Logic states we should tell the world, put the pressure on yourself. You'll get it done.
Stay ready for an opportunity so you ain't got to get ready.
Throughout my day, my decisions, without a doubt, without an unequivocal doubt, actually, are influenced by these two gentlemen and my audience. Because, Rob, I don't want to be a hypocrite. And I'm being really honest with that. So if I'm going to get on here and encourage men to love their wives or have sex with their wives or be respectful, then I better do the same thing. When I started this show, I did it for selfish reasons, thinking there's a business opportunity out of this whole thing, which there is. But human-wise, the accountability has taught me, man, it's been beyond anything I could have imagined.
Yes,
I've never
thank you,
hit it. I
brother.
don't know how it works.
Thank you.
Why would I make the first decision of the morning to procrastinate the decision I made right before I went to bed?
Yes.
Obviously not.
Why breakups hit men harder? Men are less likely to initiate breakups. When relationships end, men report feeling lonelier and more depressed. It's the woman that drives it, when in reality, it's us men that need the Kleenex box that are sitting in the corner crying to each other. Men are the ones that are professing their love.
I've always been a pussy, so to speak. I've always been a mama's boy. I've always been very emotional.
The idea isn't, the goal is never to not feel anything, right? Because then how are you going to have any type of meaningful life? The goal is to just be aware of what we're feeling and then make the right decisions to do something with it.
I'm really trying to live a life of no regret. And you get this good time. You get to our age, like, yeah, what the hell? What are you waiting for? Why not say it? Why not feel it? Why not emote it? Some studies are coming out that if you're not getting your sleep, so there's some research suggesting that liver disease might be creeping in the shadows there. If you're not comfortable with the whole idea of saying I love you to another man, just say, hey, buddy, I'm thinking about you, man. We want to hear it, boys. We absolutely want to hear it. Flexibility is strength, right? But we don't talk about it enough.
What we should do is basically have a rhythm of life that keeps the problems at bay.
Strength, boys, equals longevity. Stretching equals longevity. If you want to be the guy who's still running, lifting, and dominating into his 50s and beyond, like Johnny, myself, Good Time, you gotta stretch. It's really as simple as that. Because a stiff body leads to a stiff life. Sometimes we look in the mirror and we think we're superheroes. We think we're Superman. We think we're invincible. And then we go through it and then we have these reflections going, oh, maybe that wasn't the best decision to do what I did yesterday. We're going to get into 11 essential habits of full-time content creators. And then we're going to get into our community spotlight before we wrap the show up. Not only do I create a show called Mornings in Lab with Keith and Friends, available live on LinkedIn, live on YouTube, live on X, 8 o'clock Eastern. Only morning show for men. For those of you that are dabbling in content, I just would invite you to stop. Because you're probably wasting your time. You might enjoy the dopamine hit when somebody likes your content and so forth, but it's not social media from 2020. It's social media in 2025, and there is content machines generating. If you guys are going to start a podcast, just to talk, just stop. Don't waste your time. Again, something else I've learned this whole experience. Talking just for talking's sake is not good for anybody. You need to speak with intention. Speak with intention and create a conversation. Create the beginning, create the middle, create the end. There's a whole thought process that goes into a conversation. Own your mornings. That's it. Hang on that. Own your mornings. Those that don't own their mornings, I don't care what you say, they're losing. Winners, they own their mornings. That's why we do this show. Move. Movement creates momentum. We plan and then we execute. Consistent creators thrive on accountability because no one wins alone. Weak men make excuses. Strong men, you own your results. You use that emotion. You use that vulnerability. You tap into that mindset that owns results. Curiosity creates closeness. Never stop learning, gentlemen. Never. The best creators obsessed with growth. Oh, I love the word obsessed. Oh, I love the word obsessed. When you can be obsessed about something, you win. Focus is the superpower in the eyes of a creator. Success, failure, lessons, repeat. That's how it works. Sometimes you get more success, more often, you have more failure. Most importantly, you got a ton of lessons. You have to ask yourself, if you're willing to do the shit that others aren't, this is the space for you. If you're ready to work, you're ready to build, and you're ready to treat it like a business, there's no limit. Kilimanjaro is easier than being a full-time content creator. Climbing the steps to the Inca Trail is easier than being a content creator. If you want to build it on the world of vanity metrics and fakery, I invite you, go ahead. But you're not building a table of a long, sustained business. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? And the next Good Time is literally like our number one, number two, like the ultimate supporter. Good Time, a lot of respect. Leadership isn't about having all the answers. That's what I told you about before. More often than not, it's about saying, I'm going to go find the answer. If the way that you're leading isn't working, it doesn't have to stay that way. If you're talking smack, you're on the right track. If they're talking smack, you are on the right track. I'm really curious about this one, that there's a scientist that theorizes that we may be living 52 million lives in the current simulation. You guys ever ask yourselves if you're in a simulation? Or do you think that we're in real life?